Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we are going to be reviewing The Gunfighters. And I know what you're thinking, but Prowl, you don't like The Gunfighters. You've mentioned many times you don't like The Gunfighters. The song is dreadful, and you're correct. However, we're looking at the novel. And this was actually sent to me by one of my patrons, the Flyattractor. He sent me this, a couple more books, and a couple Blu-rays, the Peter Cushing movies, which I really appreciate. And I definitely appreciate him sending me The Gunfighters, because believe it or not, the book is good. It's really good. The author, Donald Cotton, has chosen to tell this from a journalist point of view. He's gone to visit Doc Holliday on Doc Holliday's deathbed, and Doc Holliday recounts the story of the OK Corral to the journalist, and the journalist writes it down. This is him telling the story, which is really neat how it does that, because it allows the author to interject his opinions, the journalist in it. And a lot of them are very humorous. That's one thing I love about this story. It's hilarious. It's like Donald Cotton, the actual author, realizes that this is a story you really shouldn't take seriously, and he acknowledges this by not taking it seriously at all. And I love that. It is definitely a story that shouldn't be taken seriously, and it's not. It's very funny. It's almost like a parody at times, like Spaceballs or something. And it's great for it. I love it. I had a field day with it. And much like with the Highlanders, I was trying to remember like 3 or 4 parts I want to talk about. But there are so many, like, once you get like 30 pages in, and honestly not even that far, like every page has something that makes me laugh. Like every page practically has something that has me chuckling, or every other page, something like that has me laughing. There were times I would have to stop reading the book, set it down, and just pace around the living room because I was laughing so hard. Again, if you've seen the story, it follows the plot of the story, but just those little extra bits of humor, and the author of the story who talked with Doc Holliday interjecting his thoughts and opinions is absolutely hilarious. I don't know if there's anything right offhand I can find right off the top, because I kept trying to memorize pages I want to go over. Many, I just can't. Like, it's not like the Highlanders where I just knew there was like 2 or 3 things I had to talk about. Here, it's so many things. There's actually a part where it's asking you, like the reader, you remember such and such, don't we? Don't you? And then it goes, by the way, wait a minute, who's telling this story? Are you telling the story? No, I'm telling the story. It's really funny. It's really hilarious. And I enjoyed it. I really was enjoying my read-through of this, even though it follows the same plot. One, doesn't have the song. It has the song written down in lyrics once, toward the beginning. Skipped right over that. Didn't even read it, just jumped right past it to the next paragraph. Never brought up the song again. Thank goodness. This would automatically be better just for not having the song. But all the little extra stuff it adds, all of the little humor. And literally, there were so many things that had me chuckling that nothing clicks to mind. It's too much to try to recall, because it does. It pokes fun at Western tropes, which I like. It talks one point about at the showdown you expect, an orchestra music to start up right here. Because that's how it was in those older movies. Those like the spaghetti westerns and all that. It does a lot of little tropes. It acknowledges them. It pokes fun at them. And I enjoy that. It pokes fun at like the Doctor and Dodo and Steven and some of their characteristics that are common to them. It's really, really, really humorous. If you've watched The Gunfighters, the actual episodes, and you didn't really care much for it, I would recommend tracking this down. It took a story that I didn't like, and I think most of you know I don't like The Gunfighters. And I really enjoyed this book. Like, I really enjoyed it. I'm surprised by how much I enjoyed it. If I ever do like a watch through where I go like from the beginning and just watch all of Doctor Who, which I don't think I would ever do, but if I did, when I got to The Gunfighters, I would read the book before I watched the TV episode again. This would be what I would have going. I like how Doc Holliday takes out Johnny Ringo in it, shoots him with a mirror. It's a little different this one. Sees his reflection in a mirror and just, boom, shoots him from the hip behind him. Shoots him right in the unmentionables. That's funny. And I really like Ringo in this one because he's fascinated, even though he's, a dangerous killer gunman. he wants to be educated. Like he reads, high-end books. He learns Latin because he wants to be thought of as classy. And it even mentions in there, so you know for a fact that Johnny Ringo was the rarest of the rare, an oddball. It had me laughing so much. I really wish I could think of more examples. I probably should have just written some down, but like if I had started writing down examples, I would have had to have brought the notebook out. There would have been so many because it is very tongue-in-cheek. The author doesn't take it seriously, which is great for a story like the Gunfighters. There's a lot of tongue-in-cheek things in here that's just really makes it enjoyable, makes it so much better in the TV story. And that's really about it. That really covers it, honestly. I had expected this to be more in-depth, but that really covers everything I wanted to say. It completely 180s this story for me. It takes it from my least favorite Hartnell, and the TV story is my least favorite Hartnell, bar none. It's the only Hartnell I've watched I just didn't like. And it makes it into a story that I really enjoyed. I can see myself going back and rereading this sometime. It was a lot of fun. And that's a big thing to me. A lot of fun. It has a strong, well, I was going to say rewatchability, but rereadability to me. And it's just impressive that someone could take a story I just very much didn't like and turn it into a story that I very much enjoyed, while still being basically the same story, but just adding those little tweaks and nods and winks to it that make it so much more interesting, and so many plays on words. And it's kind of like reading Douglas Adams, because he does so many things, so many clever things with words on a page, and you see some of that here, and I really, really enjoyed that. So, The Gunfighters. Have you read it? If not, I recommend you get a copy of it because it is very impressive. I'd like to know if you have read it, what you think of the novel. Do you prefer the TV? Do you prefer the TV episodes? Do you prefer the novelization? I'd like to know what you think. So comment down below and let me know, because I always enjoy hearing from you guys. I want to give another special shout out to the Flyattractor. I really appreciate him sending this and turning this story around in my mind and actually making it towards a story I enjoy. I really appreciate that. If there is anything you would like to send me, my P.O. box is down in the description below. I also have an Amazon wish list, which I update regularly. I've just added a lot of stuff to that. Big Finish stuff, some non-Doctor Who stuff, etc., etc. If there's anything there you would like to send. I also have a link to my Amazon UK site, but I think the only thing I have on there are the Peter Cushing steelbooks at the moment. And I also have a Patreon, which Flyattractor is actually one of my patrons. If you would like to support me there, there's a link to that down there, and I'd appreciate you taking a second to check that out. But if not, that's fine. I appreciate you maybe just clicking the like button and the subscribe button if you haven't. That helps me out. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.